right on to correctional facilities. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna play some content from America. It's Now This News. That's the content. Now This News. So go check them out. America's prison system problems explained. So we're gonna check this out. Then we're gonna go right into the topic. You already know.
On any given day in the United States, around 2 million people are being held in federal, state, local, juvenile, immigration, and other detention centers. But when you look at who comes under correctional control over a whole year, that number is closer to 10 million people, which is roughly the populations of New York City and Chicago combined. Now let's break that down. Of that nearly 10 million, more than 5.5 million people end up behind bars. 600,000 of those are sent to prison, and about 4.9 million of those are put in jail. Then there's the folks on probation and parole, which comes out to roughly 4 million people under supervised release. So how did we get here? Mass incarceration started in the 1970s with Richard Nixon's thinly veiled racist agenda known as the War on Drugs. Then Ronald Reagan took things a step further with his tough-on-crime policies. When he started his first term in 1981, the total prison population was a little more than 329,000 people. When he was heading out the door in 1989, it had more than doubled to more than 627,000. Bill Clinton added fuel to the fire.
It went to 627,000
in 1989 in 8 years. And Bill Clinton and that bastard you black people wanted to put in office, Joe Biden. Him and Bill Clinton and that white woman Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? They signed that bill that get you locked up for 100 fucking, well, you know what I mean? Technically, staying 100 years for a gram of crack cocaine.
Kamala Harris, niggas have brown skin. I fucking fall for that stupid shit.
Before crime bill, which led to higher rates of incarceration and longer prison sentences.
Well, we love Bill Clinton,
felt the brunt.
Yeah,
we loved him because he played the saxophone.
And smoke weed, got caught getting ahead.
Yeah.
Idiot shit.
Of tough on crime policies then.
That's how dumb people is. We love Bill Clinton. What policies did? Anybody? What did he do to change? Anything. For minorities, for anything. Any big change in our shit. Play the saxophone, smoke weed, and get ahead.
And are still doing it today. People of color make up a disproportionate amount of those incarcerated in comparison to the general population.
White people are the majority of the people in the fucking country.
We're the minorities, but we make up this. We make it go
the majority.
And but so let's do probability right now, right? Let's do probability. Can all of them be complete and utter fucking animals, criminal psychopaths?
For instance, in 2017, black people made up around 12% of U.S. residents, but accounted for about 33% of the U.S. prison population.
12%.
12%.
12%
of U.S. residents. But how does that doesn't make no sense. How many 12% of the residents will make up 33% of jail?
Most of us are in jail.
Comparatively, white people made up 64% of the population, but only 30% of those in prison. Also overrepresented behind bars are survivors of sexual violence. 86% of women in jail are survivors of sexual assault, and 77% report a history of intimate partner violence.
Wow, because they fucking killed the niggas and niggas violating.
For a woman, 86% sexually violated, 77% report a history of intimate partner violence. What is going on with men? What is going on? What the fuck is wrong with y'all niggas? I said, I always say that y'all love trying to rape a bitch and put your hands on and beat on it.
Yo, but you know what? Because it's the download.
Get a grip.
It's the download that been presented to men from through television, when television and radio became the way of fucking with people. And you tell men this is what a man is supposed to be like.
A man's like, come on, man. I never said nothing to say man supposed to be a rapist, bro.
No. But what happens is, with great power comes great responsibility. So if you don't gain, through power, you're supposed to gain humility. If you gain more power without humility, arrogance and ego kicks in. Where she's my property. The kids is my property, just like the house. You do what I say, you do it, and that's how that shit was through the 60s, the 50s, the 70s, the 80s.
You don't even know that sexual assault.
Women got slapped around and kept that shit quiet.
You don't even know sexual assault. This is modern. You don't even know sexual assault is like on domestic partner is very common. Yeah. How do you sexually assault your partner?
When the woman be like, no, not tonight, nigga, rape her.
But since that even if they have to be married, but I still consider like, yeah, that's still like.
Yeah, because she said chill. Yeah, she said chill. That nigga's bugging out. I got a headache, baby. And he like, what?
Yeah.
That's rape. It is. But the nigga ain't thinking like that because I'm married to her. That's mine. I can do whatever I want. So he wake up the next morning like, how you good? And she looked at the nigga like, this nigga's crazy. This nigga's crazy.
Another perhaps overlooked issue is the number of older adults who are incarcerated. Despite older Americans being one of the least likely groups to recidivate, almost half of people serving life without parole are 50 or older.
Dallas.
On the flip side are young people. On a given day, more than 48,000 youths are under correctional control outside their homes.
They're not attacking the older people as much. 48,000 for the young people and the colored. They're attacking the future and minorities. That's what they did. That's their main things. White people sprinkle in there, but like I said, they're the majority. They got 64% of the citizens, only 30. I don't understand how many 12 to 33.
And we got 3% more than y'all.
Oh, shit.
I mean, think about it. 64% of them in America, 30% of them locked up. 12% of us in America, 3% of us was more. 3%, we are 3% more than y'all locked up, and y'all have the majority of the population.
And y'all,
so, but
and y'all 48% more than us.
Right, that means half of their population of white males are in jail. Off of those statistics, 64%, 64%.
And who's
just
that
about
half?
all of us is in jail.
And who's that half? To big about white brothers. Who's that half in jail? To go back to our original point? It ain't the rich niggas.
No.
It's all the poor white people. That 30%, I guarantee, at least 28% is poor white people.
All our poor white brothers and sisters
Guaranteed.
who's struggling, who's
facts.
fucked up.
Facts, guaranteed.
And
Guaranteed. 64% is the rich.
Yo, for whatever reason, I don't know why they fucking kick us more than they kick them. But they kick the shit out of us, but they guarantee kick them too.
They don't give a fuck about them.
They kick them too.
They in the building, they fucking throw a missile right at you.
Yeah,
they don't give a fuck. Like, don't get twisted. Like we probably who we are. We know the white people. They have a strang on certain white people, but don't get it twisted. When the powers that be, the 1%, they don't look at life the way y'all do. They're not racist. They made it up. They're like,
yo,
like
to show you, to prove
they're not racist, bro.
That if any racist white person ever get a handle on this, why is your fight almost the same as us? Why are you trying to fight for jobs? Why are you trying to fight for the fact that you feel your rights are being voted? Why you feel that you're getting low wages and you may think, oh, they're giving all the jobs to black people? Well, let me tell you something, nigga. No, they ain't. No, they ain't.
And they ain't giving jobs to all of our Hispanic brothers either.
No, they ain't.
Struggling as shit. So is it a trick?
If they're giving any jobs now that's coming through New York City, it's all going to the migrants, so no disrespect to them.
Yeah. So migrants going to the
nigga, I had a migrant ask me the other day, yo, I'm from Venezuela, food, please, food. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, nigga. Well, you think you came to the land of...
That's who it was. As I work, he said, it's a migrant. Oh, it was a Spanish dude. He came to me, I was spoken to a brother before work, and he's like, you give me $10? You give me $10? You give me $10? I said, what? You give me $10? I said, no. Because he just asked me, you give me $10? I said, what?
Yeah, because I guess they must think America's land, like, America's rich.
Everybody is like a loan. You're supposed to give them
everybody got money. Everybody got food. They ain't like that. Y'all came to the wrong place.
Check that out. That's Now This News, America's prison system explained. But what is the purpose for correctional facilities? I'll go first. The purpose for correctional facilities is hilarious. Because it's named correctional facilities, but it doesn't correct shit. More people come out that shit more worse than they've been in. So the purpose of correctional facilities is to do few things. One, money. That's the number one. Is money. Two, to make the people that's bad worse, or to make the people that was having that bad, or to make the people that's not bad go through hell anyway and get money for them. It's meant to make the people worse. It's not to correct shit. It's meant to make you harden, because you can tell, like, if it's meant to correct you, you have therapists, you have people to talk to, you have this, you have that, better living conditions, it'd be this, it'd be safer to allow you to really actually rehabilitate. It won't be at like warrior school.
How's it rehabilitation?
They call it graduation in the hood, or what do they call it, college.
How's
you
it rehabilitation? How's it rehabilitation when you
correct facilities to make money and to make it worse?
When you take a nigga who's still and put him with
killers,
hardened criminals and killers.
The fuck?
How you group everybody up in the same
I stole an
shit?
iPhone and this nigga fucking got 3 bodies and I'm fucking selling with this nigga. Like, come on, man, get serious. But what's the purpose of correctional facilities to do? That's my purpose. Money and to make the ones that are going worse.
It's to keep it.
Or to break them.
It was first established to lock niggas up and to lock poor white people up who didn't want to go along with the program. You know what I'm saying? And then as a group, and each state realized, especially the states where there's no production of anything and they depend on the jails. We build big jails. We incarcerate a bunch of people. Back to your point, we have money. So we're not going to rehabilitate them, because to rehabilitate them means that we don't have a
consistent... It's not a revolving door.
We need a revolving door. It's like if you're sick, I'm not going to cure your sickness. I'm just going to give you something to make the sickness go away so you can keep coming back.
Pay for the medicine.
Yeah. So it's the same thing. I need them to keep coming back. Guarantee they're going to make the same mistake. You put them on 4 or 5 year probation. You tell them to do things
4 or 5 years.
Yeah. You tell them, or you tell them you can't drink, you can't smoke no weed, you can't do no. The nigga going to fuck up. You gotta be in the house at this time. No, the nigga gonna fuck up and the nigga gonna go right back in.
Oh.
Not even got it where you pay them to stay home on house parole. You pay them.
But you know what's the beautiful thing what you just said? And that's the perfect example of the way the Matrix played. That great example where you just said, you're in jail, they know you're gonna fuck up, but they gave you the illusion of choice, which is still a choice. But the illusion of choice, like, hey, go back. No! It's your choice. I get 5 years probation. I'm putting you in the same position when you fucking depressed. We got the money. Around the same friends. Around the same killing. Around the same thug shit. Around the same drugs. Fuck yo, you don't gotta do nothing. Don't do nothing. It's your choice. You got another chance. Stay in the house all day.
It takes the strongest mind. Of course. And a lot of niggas do. A lot of niggas do. But a lot of niggas don't.
But they know the percentage of people that do is going to
go back. They're not going to be able to handle it.
And they know that. Then I'll take it. I know some people's going to thug it out, but I know most people ain't.
Of course they know that. Because they done raised you since your birth. They know your social security card number. That means once they know your social security card number, that means they know who you are. Then they know who your mother is. They know her social security card number. They know how much she made through her life. They know how much you made through your life. They know where you live. They know where you grew up. So they know that the chances
they know your algorithms.
Yeah, they know that they know the algorithm.
They know your,
so they know the chances of you beating everything they set up against you is slim to none, because you have to be strong. That's the rare people in our. That's the rare people.
Let's go right to the second question.
Martins.
Why is the correctional facility called correctional facilities if it never corrects no fucking body?
It's meant to, but it's an illusion to the mind to make you think it's being correctional facility. You gotta settle.
But is that an illusion? But everybody knows by now, because everybody says it, even the 85ers. That doesn't correct shit.
Alright, cool. It's like this. Check this out.
How about y'all do nothing about it?
Because once you realize the illusion, I done got you caught up. You're caught up. What you're saying is 100% right. You're caught up because you're in a rat race. You don't have time to stop to fight correctional facility issues. I gotta take my kids to school and I gotta fight these educational issues. And then these niggas about to raise the fucking train fare.
They did already.
I know, I'm just speaking hypothetically in a
wild frame. About basically
yeah, it's $3. Basically, it's $3. So these
$3 I mean.
Yeah, so now when you have all these other things, yeah, you know this shit is fucked up over here, but take care of me and eat. When you realize that all of this shit is fucked up, you like, man, I just could eat, I gotta take care of this. So this is what goes on, and they know this. Let me tell you something. The only solution to all of this.
That's an illusion though. Because you got time to do all that.
The only solution, but let me tell you something. Yeah.
It's but an illusion, 24 hours in a day.
It's an illusion, right. I completely agree with you.
Because them niggas use the 24 hours in a day. That's the reason that they have to that now.
But the thing about it is this. When you don't even know who you are.
Yeah, I know. It's a
big cycle.
That's far away.
That is,
you gotta discover yourself.
You got then deal educate. Before you can even get to the topics.
I would recommend if you're still on the journey to try to find out who you want to even try to even.
It's like
makes no sense.
I even have a problem, right? I argue only when it's in facts. Opinions is an opinion. I have a problem with people who speak as it's facts, because now it's the math. I love Malcolm. Malcolm said our religion is that of Islam. It's not. It's not. And a lot of black people argue with me, and I will allow them to, and I won't. You know what I mean? I will never disrespect anybody's religion to each his own, but it's not. Because Africa was invaded with Islam. You know, we didn't choose Islam on our own. So no, it's not. Now, but before you could even speak that out your mouth, soul searching was needed to be done. Knowing who you are and more reading was needed to be done before saying this, before saying this, and before saying that. Because it's not. Our people are people of spirituality. We predate the Quran and the Bible. So we know it's not. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem with that shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, before you even talk, yeah, it's so hard to even get to one topic when you even know who the fuck you is. And all this is intentional shit. All of this is part of the agenda, bro.
Is the correctional facility basically... can you basically get a glimpse into what slavery is like? I'm talking about physical slavery.
It is.
Looking at the correctional facility.
Of course.
I ain't gonna lie, I
nothing.
haven't been in jail, but I've been in prison and what you call it. And just that.
You've been in jail, never prison.
Oh, jail, right? So it's jail and prison. Prison's a big shit.
Prison is
God
big.
God forbid. I mean, like, I won't. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna go in prison. But like, I been in jail, right? And I can tell you this, brother. That's just fucking. All I kept thinking about it. Has to be kind of what slavery is like. The dirtiness, the masters of you. They shut up, bro. They look at that hit the shit. Get me from the window, like literally, like I felt like an animal. You banging the window in the cage. Nobody gives a shit.
And they look like they're enjoying it.
And they look like they're enjoying the power over you.
The power.
The Lord in over you.
This is what I'm saying.
I always thought of that. So is that a glimpse of how slavery was?
The irony of man, kid. That's why.
Can you change? Is that a glimpse of how slavery was?
The irony of man is like when we first started. You say, you know what I'm saying? They say money's the root of all evil. Nah, man is the root of all fucking evil when he's working with his flesh. Because, like I said before, dog, you in there, unless this nigga molested a little girl, did something to old people, or just the most violent criminal, my nigga. You have power. That power should come with some fucking humility. Where I, my nigga, I understand that you in my care, but you ain't no evil, nigga. You ain't do nothing. You was out here hustling this, you was out here hustling. You ain't murder nobody. You ain't do that. Why the fuck do you gotta treat somebody like that, man? Like, why you gotta treat them like they less than human because you have power over them?
Hold on, how about this? I'll even flip this. And everybody that knows Wesley Hunt knows I despise pedophiles and rapists. But if y'all gonna dare and be cocky enough and have the hubris to put correction, no, facility in the shit, I'm not gonna lie, everybody that goes in that motherfucker, y'all should be trying to correct them. They should be able to come out and his urges should be fixed. Right? Like they should be come out and they maybe not like you stick him in a red dot, keep your eye on him.
Nigga shouldn't even come out.
But you should like
you holding that nigga for 4 or 5 years and shit unless he rape 20 kids.
I know that.
And you keep the nigga who sold some drugs and killed nobody for 15 years, 20 years.
But think about it, and also about that, why do y'all put the niggas with driving violations with the killers, but y'all keep all the pedophiles and rapists together? I never got that. Like they keep them PC. It's almost like they're protecting but that's a whole nother story. But my whole point is this, like, if y'all gonna motherfucking make a correction facility, everybody that goes in that motherfucker supposed to be getting corrected. And that's my good leads me to my next motherfucking question, my last question on this topic, which is, I don't get it, and we gotta touch on this, like, what changes could they make in the correctional facilities to make it better? And that's the first thing, like, why don't y'all try to really make it better? Better living conditions, because the reason I'm saying living conditions first, everything I'm going through is for a reason. I'm not saying giving niggas a hotel, they don't deserve that shit like that, but like, the living conditions they put them in, they know what they doing. It does something to your mind, and don't listen to me, look at a documentary about jail.
Yeah, you saw that one beautiful jail in, forgot where it was. Did you see
that?
Yeah,
I think
and it was a beautiful jail. Shit looked like a fucking apartment. They let them out to work.
There was no crime.
And nobody comes back.
It was on Vice. Was it on Vice?
I think maybe it was on Vice.
I think I seen it on Vice.
And nobody comes back. There's nobody comes back.
That's why.
You understand? Because if you treat, like I said,
you throw up. Let me finish my thought. You think they don't know putting you in shitty conditions, but and actually cockroaches crawling on you, and you have to worry about getting raped and slapped when you play. What do you think that's gonna do to your mind? Do you niggas know the human mind better than anybody you know on the planet? That nigga knows exactly how to trigger and break and crack and create fucking alternate personalities and make you into an animal and make you a bitch, and they know how to do all these things, and they do it. Like, listen, you ever saw even a nigga that don't even continue being a homosexual? He gets raped in jail. You ever seen motherfuckers get raped in jail? They frequency just change. Even they talk.
Yeah, even a man who has sex, whole frequency
changes.
Like,
just like
turns into a woman.
I'm talking about niggas that have become a homosexual. They stop. They not doing nothing outside of the jail. They just got raped because they couldn't defend themselves or whatever the case may be. It's too much of them. They didn't know what the oldest does things to your mind. Worrying about just fuck that. Just for being in jail and worrying about getting fucked up every day. What? You're
turns you into a warrior.
Of course, you can be on.
Kill you on.
Come on, man. Like they
build your body first. You build your mind first.
They think work out every day to be cute.
Yeah, they building their body for
war. Nigga, like, for war, nigga to defend themselves. Nigga, that's what they do.
Building their body for war.
But things that could make it better is better living conditions, better food, therapists. Whatever's their problem, have a specialized therapist to work on their motherfucking problem. Not one jail therapist that has mad 50 niggas on a motherfucking book or 50 niggas on his book and she just try to get in and out. He just try to get them in and out. Have a special therapist. Y'all making money. Y'all can afford it.
And they need to break the jails down.
Also, break the jails down in crimes.
Smaller jails.
The jails down in small. And also break down in crimes. That nigga have 4 bodies. Don't put him with a fucking person
who's drunk driving.
That's just drunk driving.
Don't put him with a,
even if a nigga don't sell a little weed. Like I said.
Even if he's so fucking cocaine and he ain't murdered nobody.
If
there's no murders, if there's no murders, it's just fucking drugs that's being sold.
Put him with the drug dealers.
Drugs that y'all selling.
Put him with the drug dealers. How about this?
What's the difference?
Y'all always like categorizing shit. Y'all put the 6th graders with the 6th graders, the 7th graders with the 7th graders, the 8th graders with the 8th graders.
But they only do that when it's only done when it's beneficial to them.
Come on, man. Like,
you know what I'm saying? And you separate them by crime. You make the jail smaller. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah,
and you lower
it. Make it better.
Like
separated by crime, make the jail smaller.
Separated by crime, make the jail smaller. Reassess people that's already been locked up, for how long they've been locked up, for what they've been locked up for. You reassess all these situations. You know what I'm saying? And there you go. Start releasing people, but only release people off of the fact, can they be productive members to society? Do they understand what they did before? And so on and so forth. And I ain't talking pedophiles, and I ain't talking rapists, and I ain't talking murderers. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking people who were hustlers, who committed
non-violent crimes.
Non-violent crimes. People's been sent in jail for 10, 15 years on non-violent crimes. I'm not talking about because they committed a crime in jail. You put them in the fucking hell, and what the fuck nigga gonna have to survive?
I was sitting up at last time, like I told you, that's the worst, one of the worst times, the more conversational times. But I was sitting up there, and I got cool with the nigga until I found out he's on some, I guess, rapist shit in Clinton. The nigga looked like Chucky, out of Sea of Chucky with all the scars on his face. He had shit ton of scars. I couldn't believe it. But he had to be a cool nigga.
And just cut him up in jail. That's not a good thing in jail. Got scars.
And they had to be because maybe he's a faggot. He started talking to him. He started talking, building about hood shit. And excuse my language with the F-bomb, but it's what is it? But like, we started talking. We still got cool. And some other dude, fiend, crackhead, heroin addict, whatever, started jerking off. So me and him about to get him, whatever case may be. We about to do something to this dude. The CEOs came. And then somebody was crying because he's in jail. He said something about Trump. This is when I first found out that the niggas will come to your door. If you say something online about, like, if you say something wrong online, they'll come to your fucking door and knock your door and take you out your door and take you to the fucking bookings. Like,
and that was created after fucking 9/11.
I didn't even fucking know that, but he said something about Trump, about that Trump. He said something about Trump. Alright, some shit, like some shit I said, and he was crying and did. Then the nigga I was talking to was like, yo, I got you, baby, come sit next to me, I got you, because he nigga smashed with long hair. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm thinking like, what is this place? I've been there for a little bud. Then he about to go up to Rikers again. He's talking about his so that he's comfortable as shit. He don't give a fuck about going to Rikers. And I'm there, I'm here with him. Like, why don't got a special side for them? Like, what you in there for? What's your record? Nah, these niggas only in for drunk driving, tickets, and little.
Most likely he got caught for drunk driving or something like that. Remember, jail.
But he says he's going up. He's going back.
Most likely he's going to Rikers, but because he violate when you
but
violate.
Still, you have to look at his motherfucking his rap sheet.
They ain't looking at that when they pick you up in the street.
They should. That's all I say. They should.
They just lock you up. They pick you up for drunk driving, trespassing.
When you get to the precinct, when you get to the precinct, they pull your shit up in the computer. Or your shit comes up in the computer. Or you're fucking this that I used to click on, and you're gonna go over here. With the other person that was probably in fucking Sing Sing or whatever the case may be. Like, so like that's how I think they should do it. But like, yeah, man, y'all gotta compartmentalize the prisoners, better living conditions, better meals, therapists, specialized therapists,
and education. Give them education.
We should do good programs. They do that. They do that.
They cut a lot of the programs out in jail.
See, that's ridiculous. Like, so
they cut a lot of the programs out in jail. They even cut out in some jails working out.
And also, more COs.
They took out the
put more COs in the motherfucking jail, and also raise the COs' wages. Cause they have 8 COs for 250 prisoners, 500 prisoners. Is that insane? And when they riot, you wonder why they take over the prison. Are you insane? Like,
no, but they never take over the prison because they can't leave.
No, I'm not talking take over the prison. I'm talking about why I fuck up the prison. Probably kill 3 or 4 COs.
Well, that's intentional. You know why that's done?
Why you can easily pit. I was thinking kept 5 COs.
You know why that's done though, right? 2 COs 2 COs to a cell block. That, in my opinion,
What the fuck is that gonna do?
that is done so the COs start looking at these motherfuckers like animals. So the COs never become comfortable. So the COs always on guard, because there's only 2 of us.
And also they also expendable, so if it goes left, fuck it.
So the COs now builds a mentality that hurts them.
I'm gonna tell you
but
something.
It's helpful for them to survive in that.
I'm tell you something, there's nothing wrong about being a worker. Going back to the worker thing quick fast before we go to the next topic. There's nothing wrong about being a worker, but you have to be wary. Working in this matrix, and this is going for me as well. Working in this matrix, you will die on that fucking job. They're gonna drag your ass out. And they might think like this. There's 500 people lined up in applications ready to get a job. So they don't give a shit. Honestly. I mean, fuck, how much they smile in your face. Ha 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 ha. They don't care. As long as they fucking shit is getting passed and this shit's running good, that's when they care. Because the minute you show any kind of humanness, like you want to take a piss, drink something, eat something, this, call out 2 days in a row, call out 2 days in a row because the kid is sick, that shit switch. Also, they're not your friend no more. Also, that energy changed like a motherfucker. So always make sure you look out for yourself. And that's the reason I particularly chase financial freedom. Nigga, Andrew Tate said that. At any given moment, all your niggas that love your fucking job, they niggas get pulled right out from you. 60 years old. I'm looking, you ever heard a story like that? I'm looking, I gave this job 30 years of my life, and you took me, no pension, no this, jerk you. Jerk you. And that's not a rare story. That's a common story.
Hire somebody younger and pay them less.
How much times niggas been working? Whole companies. And this is not rare stories, right? Whole companies been working. Whole companies. I'm talking about 200 people. Pension fund gone. No pension fund.
Yeah, company folds.
Fund crumbles. What the fuck? I give you 25 years, 30 years. Yeah, nigga, like, I guarantee the bosses, they not fucking bored.
Because what you do, because the worker now is, instead of, he's just living life. Getting paid and living life and not preparing for his life, but waiting for a job to prepare for him. My pension, my this. You know what I'm saying? Now you a grown ass man at 55, 57, waiting for another man to give you a pension when you get old.
Waiting for somebody to give you the fish instead of you learn to fish. Nigga, learn to fish. That I mean, you can be a worker, but learn to fish.
Learn to save your own money for your own pension.
Real, nigga.
Learn to do that.
Because nobody looking out for you but you. You can bet your dick on that, nigga. You can bet your bottom out.
Learn to take your money and invest in somebody's idea. You know what I mean? Learn to do that. If you don't got time to create, learn to listen. So therefore you give yourself time to hear something that may be beneficial to yourself.
That was Correctional Facilities.